How's that? Maybe move this down a smidge like that. Oh dear me. Somebody put something down here. Why would somebody do that? Anyways, no matter. Oh, there we go. Happy Tuesday. It's been a day. It's really been a day. I feel I have so much stuff in front of me. Honestly, it feels like I can liken today like a match, a boxing match with Mike Tyson, but it's not one of those where you have a chance. It's literally been a 3-second knockout day. My goodness, I have never wished in my life to wear a corporate ghillie suit, shall we say. Today was one of those days. It's just been a good one. I'm definitely having some of this tonight. Here we go. I do not have any jokes planned for tonight. But I have one or two of these planned. So if anybody ever want to share a joke, by all means, cheers. No jokes out of me tonight. Oh, that's good. It feels like my entire body just warms up, like woof. That is amazing. That was, I reckon, what I needed. Yeah. No, so it's just been one of those days. I'm not one to complain, but it just came. Hey, hi. Came out guns blazing. I didn't stand a chance. I admitted and I accepted, and let's move on. Tomorrow's another day. I wanted to do something. My Saturn, I wanted to, from Italy. Well, listen, mate. If you're from Italy, I hope you're having a wonderful day. But you know, some people hate, and that's okay. Anyways, howdy, Aaron. So yeah, that's been today. I have to take my Saturn in for a inspection, and the nice thing is, this is the last year I need to do it. Next year the car's 30 years old. So apparently, as soon as the car's 30 years old, I no longer have to take it for inspections, which is something that excites me tremendously. Everything. Pause here. Okay. Yeah, fantastic, mate. Good on you. What was I saying? So the Saturn next year, I no longer need to send it in for an inspection, but I still need to pay. Cool, mate. Yeah. But I still need to pay the taxes on a yearly basis, so I'm kind of excited about that. So tomorrow, today the inspection station, it was closed. They couldn't help me. I wanted to do it, just get it over and done with, but it didn't happen. So the missus, she'll have that taken care of for me tomorrow, which is perfectly fine. I can accept help when it's given. And then last month we did the Ford, and I think in August my wife's car needs to be done, so we still have some time. But yeah, the Saturn, oh, I'm so excited. This is the last year I have to take it in for an inspection. I mean, I have no worries. I don't think well, I know for a fact it won't fail. I never drive the car anymore. Well, when I say that, last week or the week before, I drove it a little bit. But it's kind of sad, the fact that I don't I don't drive the car anymore. It's just a fun little car to drive. Do you like it? I have no idea what it is, mate. I'm so sorry, Aaron. What is it? Do you want to give me like a short description? I don't mind. I made a cup of tea. Actually, Zach made the cup of tea. I kind of forgot about it. It's not cold yet. Working on cars, yeah. So I work on the Saturn. I'll never work on the Ford. It's got computers to do everything, so there's no ways I'd ever work on it. What's your opinion on Shorts, TikTok? I don't have an opinion. My opinion is if you have fun making TikToks and shorts and so on, by all means go ahead and do it. Don't let anybody tell you you shouldn't or you can't or you should invest your time anywhere else. Reels. Not sure what Reels are, but it's probably something similar to TikToks and YouTube Shorts. And if that's the case, I would say consume as many as you like and make as many as you like. I actually enjoy the cross-country rally racing. Yeah, I spectacularly love cross-country and rally racing. Yeah, I've always enjoyed it in the 80s. It's something that Lancia. What was it? Oh my goodness. Integrala? No. There were a couple of Lancias that were really good, and then Audi came with the 4x4 system, and they just like massacred everybody. Peppa Pig. My goodness, Haven used to watch Peppa Pig on a daily basis back in the day. So yeah, absolutely. Howdy. Hi there. So yeah, that's it's definitely a lot of fun. I love rallying. I've been getting into kind of back into racing. I haven't watched any racing, Formula One racing, since Ayrton Senna passed away. That the day he died, I stopped watching Formula One. It's just one of those things, you know. I cut my ties with it, especially a lot of the stuff that I heard afterwards were it's just been taken over by technology, and I like the personalities of the drivers more than the I mean, I love the technology, but I love the personalities. Yeah, Nigel Mansell, Terry Boots, and my goodness, there were so many. So yeah. Okay, before the snow melts. Okay, I mean, that's cool. Well, is it warming up? Is it getting a bit proper now? We've had a couple of days in the 80s, so I'll take that as a victory. Although next week or later this week, somewhere there, we're seeing temperatures drop to the late 30s again, and highs of in the 50s. I'm not ready for that, my word. I need some proper late 60s, early 70s in my life. But I'm also not exactly ready for the 80s. 26 Monday, today 50, yeah. Maybe snow again. Well, we haven't had any snow, as in zero, not even anything. Ford Escort, there we go. Yeah, yeah. So those Ford Escorts in they were just a spectacular amount of fun. I'm trying to think. My wife and I, we owned a Ford Escort. Oh goodness, 25, 26 years ago, maybe a little bit more. So yeah, I love those. But anyways, I digress. Those are good fun. We didn't have a V6. It was a 1600. Yes, 1600, 2 liter. It was a 2 liter, and I'll be honest. It was fun driving and so on. I was a little bit younger back then, so possibly a little bit wilder, but it was good fun. I properly enjoyed it. It was nice. I had a. I'm trying to think. My wife and I, we had a Alpha 33 that was kind of rally spec'd. It was the guy we bought it from. It was a little bit zooped up, shall we say. It was the guy did a ton of stuff to it, and if I remember correctly, we sold a Golf GTI to buy this car, and it was the first Golf GTI we sold for it. And I remember thinking, I wish I had the Golf when we bought it. And then, long story short, probably about 3 months into it, I said, I can't live without this Alfa Romeo. It was the best thing we owned. But the original, the initial reaction to the car was, nah, it's not exactly what I wanted. To drive Ford F-150, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, these things happen, mate. I've never driven a Ford F-150, to be honest with you, and everybody around me that lives in my area, there's probably 30 Ford F-150s in my area. But I'll be honest, when I bought the Ford, I had a look at the Ford F-150. I chose the Ford Fusion, but it's the hybrid Elegance or something. I forget what it's called, but anyways, it's the hybrid system, and it is doing a proper 45 miles to the gallon. Granted, when I drive it, I drive like a 70-year-old. So yeah. The Saturn, on the other hand, I drive it like I just purchased it, or it was a gift from someone. Some may say you just stole it. So, but yeah, it makes no difference to me. The Saturn's really the fun car. The Ford's like the sensible one. And see, the thing is, if I look at what gas prices are at the moment, it's what, $4 a gallon at the moment. I couldn't drive a Ford F-150 at the moment, not when it's doing what, 13 or 15 miles to the gallon. So 10 miles to the gallon, I don't know, but yeah, I reckon those little Alfettas, those little two-liter engines, they're probably fun driving. Alfettas, oh goodness, I forget all these cars. My wife and I, we used to have like posters and paintings and drawings of Alphas in our house. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. Ford F-150, I mean, it's a sensible truck to have. If I have to choose one, it would be a solid competition between it and the Dodge Ram, and I think I might just go with the Ford F-150 if I ever had a decision to make. But yeah, solid, mate, solid. Yeah, sorry you wrecked it. Are you planning on fixing it up? Are you planning on doing anything with it? Mate, like, cut all the stuff that you want to do and go do your homework. That's all I can say. Like, there's no decision to make. You don't need motivation. You're empowered enough to make your own decisions. Nobody needs to motivate you. You can do this. Like, I have faith in you. There you go. Put your phone down and go do your homework. There you go. Simple as that. There's no decision in it. You know you have to do it. Cheers, mate. I'll drink to that. Okay. Yeah, cause it's really this proud of you, mate. Go for it. Serious. Let me know next, like I stream on a regular basis. If you ever see me again, by all means, let me know how it went. I have faith in you. Go for it. Took the motor, okay. Trans axle, yes. Oh, I get what you're saying. That's kind of exciting. I'm trying to think, in that body, wow. And what kind of a F-150 was it? Was it like a V8 or no? Obviously. Jeez. I mean, that thing's got a motor, mate. Listen, if you have any videos or anything to that effect on your channel, I'd love to see some of that. Sad man. You seem happy. Must be nice. Well, mate, I probably seem happy. Yeah, and I am very fortunate, very blessed to have fantastic people join the stream. So I hope you're happy. I hope you're doing okay. Anyways. Yeah, but Aaron, if you have videos on your channel, I'd love to see what you've done. Okay, you did say it's a V6. My apologies. Yeah. Standard cab, short bed. Oh, those are nice. 4.2 V6. Rear wheel drive. Oh, I love those. Those tail happy. Oh, yeah. and I'll bet you any amount of money that that car's probably doing good, proper speeds and so on. Are you going to rally with it? Do you have anything planned with it? The Escort, that is. And this is a manual transmission. It's not automatic. Oh, nice one. Oh, well done. That's got to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I reckon that's got to be a ton of fun. Manual 6-speed, that's it, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, that's just fantastic. Yeah, I love those. Yeah, my wife and I, we had an Escort, like 25, 26 years back. And it was, I think that was a 2-liter 4-cylinder. And it was fun driving, shall I say. Saving up to filming equipment. Yeah, mate, let me say this, Aaron. I tell you what, your phone is possibly your best friend. And you know, a lot of people, they want to chuck a ton of money into stuff, and that's fine. You know, if you have a lot of money to chuck into something, by all means go right ahead and do that. But if you wanting to put videos on YouTube, your phone is so much more than what you need, especially the new stuff. I mean, my iPhone, which is missing again, typical. It's more than what I would ever need. Me personally, that is. You probably would need more, but yeah, just to get going, mate. And then if you have an iPhone, there's a fantastic app. What was it called? I'll get the name. I'll drop it in this video after the video dropped. I'll add it in there. So if you're ever interested, you can go look it up. But yeah, there's an app you can download. It edits videos like amazing, mate. And it's like, I think $25 or something. So it's not arm and a leg, if you hear what I'm saying. If you have Android, I think there is an application now, YouTube Create or something, which you can use, which would just be fun. Editing curved. Use my phone. Okay, I mean that's valid. So if you want to go on eBay or something, there's possibly a ton of stuff you can get that would be capable of 4K, and it's not much more than $100. Let me show you one of the cameras I use. And I bought a couple of these. It's a Minolta what, handycam, I suppose you could call it. But I doubt the battery is charged. Well, that's very nice of me. But yeah, that's probably less than $100 now, and it's 4K, and it records properly. It has a hot shoot, so you can add a microphone and so on. Editing, I haven't cut a longer format video in quite a while. I have like 2 or 3 videos recorded, and I'll be honest with you, I don't want to do it. I've always said YouTube's fun. The minute YouTube becomes work, that's when I'll quit it. So I've put them off. I have probably about 3 longer format videos recorded, and I've never bothered cutting it or editing it, and yeah, that's the reason why. But Aaron, GoPro, oh, there you go. So is it a fairly new GoPro? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Have you ever thought of going on eBay? eBay has a ton of stuff that's just affordable. But yeah, GoPro, you can't fault it. I've got a couple of them lying around somewhere. It's probably in my old little office. What do I want for cameras? Are expensive. They are, but you get those 3 suction cup camera mounts. That's probably $21, $20. I've done a couple of those where you mounted just behind the rear wheel facing forward, and then and so on, and that normally around, that's actually one of the videos I'm referring to, especially around November after the leaves have dropped. It records phenomenally, especially if there was somebody that blew a bunch of leaves into the road, and you put the GoPro where it just slow-mo, and as you drive, the leaves just fly. Yeah, it's gorgeous recording. So yeah, mate. I would say it doesn't matter. Like, if you join my streams, and for the past 2 weeks, probably past 3 weeks, I've streamed every day. And I know that there are a ton of people that come in with a lot of negativity, and it's the perfect opportunity to have a bit of a laugh at yourself. Like, I get called Santa Claus on a daily basis, multiple times. Well, during a stream. Last night, 2 or 3 times. And somebody called me Spud Boy. Now, I'm not a boy, so to be honest with you, if somebody heckles, it's a bit of a laugh, nothing else. And always remember, it's a reflection on them, not you. When you make a video, when you live stream, you put yourself out there and you're genuine. It's really you, and you allow yourself to be out there. And if somebody says something, it's your opportunity to have a bit of a laugh at yourself, I suppose. Nothing more than that. But yeah, if you have a fairly new GoPro, and if you go on YouTube, on eBay, mate, sorry. If you go on eBay and you get one of those, it's like a 3 suction cup thingy. If you have one of those, you can screw the GoPro onto it directly, or in its case, depending on the age of it. And you can do some proper recording. Process of starting a project. Okay. Ooh, I-30. I-30. My mom, I spoke to her and she was talking about the i20. I don't know Hyundai at all. I know she's a huge fan. I obviously tell her, you know, buy a Ford because it's American cars. But she won't listen to me. She also likes Hyundai quite a bit. And she likes the i20, but then again, she is 77, 78. So, yeah, absolutely. I didn't see, the thing is, I'm in the US, but I don't know Hyundai at all. Um, I have this thing here in the US, that is. While I lived abroad, I supported other cars. I had Alphas, I had quite a few. I had quite a few, obviously Fords. I had quite a few. What else? Like I never owned a Hyundai. Sorry, I had a Toyota once. It was the greatest disappointment of my life. It was the worst car on the face of the earth. Now, obviously, because I bought it, I had to drive it for a couple of years. I'm not saying all Toyotas are. I'm just saying my experience was subpar. It's 2018. Okay. GT. Oh, nice one, mate. I have no idea what it looks like, but please use that GoPro. I would love to. I would love to support you in that fashion by watching those videos. I'm a huge motor racing fan. I have been my entire life, and I think I might die one. Anyways, so yeah, I think the first, I used to do kart racing a little bit, and that was fun. Nothing special or anything, just a couple of mates. We used to go kart racing, and that was fun. And then I always wanted to take the Saturn to a little bit of racing, and then I saw what it cost, and I decided against it. It's astronomical. But apart from that, I think that you're doing the right thing, mate. You're seriously doing the right thing. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I would say when you post a video on YouTube, please let me know. I love to obviously support you and so on. I'm doing fantastic, to be honest with you. I hope you're doing well. Well, you did say you're good. So, yeah. Christian Hayward. Been into cars, yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Cars, I reckon anything that you do with your hands will always help you cope. I'm probably not the biggest car guy you've ever seen in your life. The American cars, muscle cars and so on, I don't understand it. And I've had people trying to explain it to me. But yeah, I try and think about it as sensible as possible. When we bought the Ford Fusion, just before we bought the Fusion, I bought my wife a Ford EcoSport, and it made sense, to be honest with you, to buy that car because it was something that's a little bit higher off the ground, and it was something that she could drive quite comfortably. Track, yeah. So, track days. So here's, if I may, my opinion on track days. I reckon track days are always worth it. It's always worth it. But I reckon a track day car starts out as a $500 car and that's it. And then everything you do to it is to improve it and to improve the experience. It's not something that you have to drive on a daily basis. And that's kind of where I'm going with the Saturn. Now, the Saturns, they're no longer obviously being made, but it's a tiny little SE2. It's one of those little pop-up lights cars, and it's really made for two. But I've done quite a bit of work on the engine. I've done quite a bit of work on the body. When I bought it, it had no roof liner. When I bought it, it had a ton of stuff missing. I'll give you an idea. The car's radiator was absolutely non-existent. And I bought the car for dirt cheap, but I started repairing it. And a couple of things. I reckon that if you buy a track car for virtually nothing and everything you do to it to improve it, it's the way to go. Because I'll give you an idea. Last year, November, I noticed my let me say this. So this is a 1900 cc engine, but I'm contemplating on having the cams done and also having it bored to a slightly bigger spec. The Escort was my mother's. Okay, yeah. Blown engine, 50 totaled. See, that makes perfect sense to me. See, that makes sense to me. And that's, I think, what a lot of people miss. So that car virtually cost you nothing because you had the truck with the engine, transmission, and so on. And your mom had the body. So, yeah, absolutely, mate. I reckon this is one of the best stories in a stream I've ever had. I would encourage you to do what you're doing. I think this is inspirational, and obviously, like you said, it's something that helps you more than anything else. I want to go back to the Hyundais. Did you replace, do you still have the Hyundai, or is it something that you got rid of when you got the Escort going? Or do you now have both cars, kinda? Oh, got it. Okay. Well, if the Hyundai's a rally edition car, I reckon it's a lot of fun to have both, isn't it? But yeah, I didn't see, the thing is, I didn't know they had the Escort here in the US. I thought that was only international. So, forgive my ignorance. But yeah, I thought it was only international. I didn't think they made them here. Just goes to show how little I know. And that's also, if you're here in the US, I have no idea where you are But yeah, those. Well, the Ford F-150 is kind of international, isn't it? It's not something that's just here in the US. So, I mean, that's a possibility. Anyways, that's just me thinking out loud. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like I said, the Saturn, I spent quite a bit of money on its suspension last year. No, beginning of this year. No, it was end of last year. I spent a whack of money on it purely because I was expecting like snow to dump end of last year and beginning of this year. Okay, from Missouri. Okay, got it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Got it. Okay. So that's a lot of fun. Got it. Yeah. See, that's the thing. So was it an import? Was it something that was brought to the US and then spec'd here or something? Or yeah, I can't imagine driving a left-hand drive here in the US. Wow, that's got to be insane. And then with that V6 power, jeez. Although it's probably, it's fun, yeah. It's probably got a ton of grunt, you know, low rev power and so on, you know, like a truck would have. So, oh, that's got to be fun. My goodness. Do you ever take it to like car shows and so on? Anything like that? I'll never forget. I took my Saturn once to a car show, and I looked for public parking, not being part of the car show. And the guy said, "Yeah, park the car here. It's here. The SE2s are fairly rare, so yeah, people will want to see it." I thought, nah, come on, you're kidding. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Funny enough, there were a couple of people that actually popped around and had a look at the car. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I reckon even if the car looks not necessarily the best, I would say take it to car shows. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, to be honest, I was just looking for public parking, not being part of the car show. But yeah, there were a couple of people that popped around and so on. Obviously, granted, I had a little bit of money into the car. Like I said, I bought it for next to nothing, but I did spend a little bit of money on it, and I continue to do so. Last year, it was a ton of work. Yeah, it's fun, definitely. So yeah, I would encourage you to go ahead and do so if you can, obviously. Like, don't do anything that stretches you. Did once, people thought it was okay. Pile of junk. Hey, listen. It doesn't matter what other people think. Like, that's their opinion. So you look at somebody. There's this guy. I go to Cars and Coffee on a regular basis on a Saturday. It's like every third Saturday of the month from March through October, November. Forgive me if I forget, but I go there on a very regular basis, and there are cars that show up that look like absolute garbage, And I tell you what, some people rant and rave about those because it's not something you see on a daily basis or on a regular basis. So, you know, I totally get what you're saying, but if somebody thinks your car's not up to spec, well, that's on them, not on you. You take your car there for the fun of it. And I have this really good friend of mine. He has a Porsche and a Mercedes Benz and Alpha and a Lancia Beta and so on. And he has fantastic cars, and I respect him. He's my mate. I love the guy, and I wouldn't trade my Saturn for any of his cars. Um, I've built this love affair with this car, so it would never happen. And then I drive the car. I'll give you an example. The car never complains. The car never asks for attention. The car never anything. It just, whenever I start the car, it works. Everything works on the car. It's just a joy to be around. So my daughter hates the car passionately. She's always upset that I drive the Saturn. She always wants me to drive the Ford, and that's okay, you know. She's a little, she wants the heated seats in the winter and so on. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let me catch up. I saw there was another comment that I missed. People around here like drag cars. Okay, yes, absolutely. I do too, to be honest. I try and go to at least 1 or 2 drag races on a yearly basis. It's something that I properly enjoy. I love to go into the areas where the guys have their cars out. It's before they get into the straight, and I love talking to the guys and these passionate people. They talk about the cars that they've built and the effort and the money they put into it, and the amount of money here where I live. It's crazy. I can't imagine. It's more than what my house is worth. So. But that's just me. And yeah, I do like it quite loud. I always have those earplugs ready for when we go drag race. Well, I don't go drag racing, but I enjoy watching it, especially when it's the big dogs. So I do a lot of slow whatever, you know, when they do burnouts, like capturing the smoke bellowing off of the tires, but in slow-mo. It's fascinating stuff. It's possibly one of the most enjoyable things I've ever watched. Don Garland, GOAT. Drag racing, okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I take your word entirely. I go to like regional drag racing. It's just so much fun. Yeah, yeah. You're referring to when they spray like the water bleach solution on the ground and then do a burnout on it. Yeah, those are magnificent. Love it. 76. Ooh, nice one. There you go. That's just fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's fantastic. Yeah, so I need to go and have a look. The drag races should open up probably within the next little bit here. Yeah, I mean, I try and attend one or two of them per year. If there's something exciting, it's about a 45-minute hour drive away, so it's a bit of a drive for me. Rally racing, yeah. European circuits I used to follow intensely 20, 30 years back. But yeah, I haven't followed anything recently. But it's a passion of mine. Like I said, been a huge Formula One fan. Well, for quite a bit until what, 94. That's when I stopped watching it. But yeah, rally racing, that was always fun. Yeah, I think there's a ton of racing that's available if you just go and have a look for it. Here's the other thing. I don't know whether there's a ton of channels on in the US that has rally racing on it, but I might be terribly wrong, and if I am, sorry. So it's having a love for the sport, and that's obviously something you guys have. I enjoy drag racing. It's not something I want to enjoy on a daily basis. I just think, especially with its big dogs racing, it's way too loud for me to enjoy. And then again, I can't take the family with; they wouldn't appreciate it. So, it's when I do it, I know it's me, myself, and I that go and have fun at it. So yeah. Santa Missouri, yeah. Wow. Okay. In March. Oh, that's excellent, mate. I'll definitely go look for it on on the internet. That should be a lot of fun. Yeah, we obviously missed it this year, but yeah, possibly next year. Cross country, yeah, yeah, yeah. Those are fun. Yeah, those time trials that you have to run. Yeah, those are fun. But yeah, if you do ever take your car to something, I don't know whether you probably have Cars and Coffee, don't you? If you take your car there, yeah, snap a couple of pictures, post it. It's always fun. Well, that's just my opinion. Don't listen to me. I reckon it's a lot of fun. I think it's fun posting this stuff on YouTube and so on. I did want to take the live stream to Cos and Coffee in March, but for some reason I decided not to, so it's all good. It's nothing major. Anyways, this was a fantastic conversation thus far. We're 55 minutes into this stream. I don't normally stream for that long. It's normally 20-30 minutes or so. I just have to starting a channel, mate. You have to, like, seriously. If you start a channel, let me know. I would support you wholeheartedly. I mean, I just think it's the one of the best experiences. I get to talk to people like yourself and so on from time to time, and I absolutely love it. And I understand not everybody that joins one of the streams subscribe, but it's always fun coming back and having a conversation and so on. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, absolutely. I think if you can, if you want to, obviously don't do anything you're not 100% comfortable with. Also, don't listen to other people. You know, you have a story to tell with the escort, and if you want to, YouTube's a fantastic place to just tell the story and share it with other people. And if somebody doesn't appreciate it, you know, that's on them, that's not on you. That's just the way I look at it. So yeah, I'd love to see it and yeah, support you. That's my opinion on it. But again, don't listen to me, don't do anything I say. If you feel comfortable doing it, by all means, go ahead and do it. Also, the other thing is, a lot of what I do is so that my I look at it this way. I reckon that YouTube will still be in existence in 50 years from now. And in 50 years from now, I will be no more. But my children, or my grandchildren, probably more than anything else, they will be. And then, you know, this crazy person that moved his family 8,000 odd miles to live in the greatest country that ever existed, would have some of my history in the way. Okay, yeah. What's an SEA? Anyways, it's not that important. My second passion, yeah. Wow, what a fantastic story, mate. I reckon, anyways, I reckon that's a story worth telling. Special care assistant. That's that is amazing. That is amazing. I do not have the ability to do what you do, nor will I ever have the ability to do what you do. So hats off to you, 100%. Obviously, there are certain things you cannot share, but definitely the cars and so on. That's such a story to tell. I had a live stream, I think it was either Sunday, could have been yesterday, forgive me, the days kind of flowing to one, where a person who served in the Marine Corps joined, and I said, yeah, I'd love to listen to your stories. And he said, yeah. So I set up an email address on my channel for him to contact me, and yeah, I would love to just listen to him telling his story. So if YouTube is your way of telling your story, like, if somebody does not appreciate it, that's on them. I can tell you now, this is my experience. 99.999% of people will appreciate what you do and respect what you do. So yeah, absolutely, 100%. That's my opinion. Let's not, you know, I can't speak for everybody. But yeah, again, let me know if you do decide to start a channel, when you get ready to submit your first video. It's kind of exciting. Just know that virtually never anybody sees any other videos. Like, I remember my first 2 months, I think I had 4 views. So, but it was amazing. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways, we've been live for an hour. I don't think I've ever done that. This is unheard of for me. So yeah, I've obviously been in the presence of good company. Yeah. So I respected hugely. I could never do what you do, ever in my entire life, ever. So I respected hugely. Yeah, I could never uh, take care of other people. It's just not something I could do. Oh, that's amazing. See, the thing is, possibly one of my greatest fears, and I don't use this term lightly, is that a lot of that knowledge from World War II would go missing. I remember I used to work at a bar in my youth. Back then, I was 14 years old when I got my first job, and it was clearing tables in a bar. And then later, I think when I was 16, I started serving drinks. I was a barman, and it was back then. It was 18. When you're 18, you're allowed to drink legally. That is. And I remember having a Scottish gentleman coming in on a daily basis, and he was always quiet, reserved, nothing much to say, and so on. And then one day, I sat and I started talking to him. I don't know what it was, but there was nobody in the bar. It was him and I, and we started talking. He started telling me these stories of World War II, and just some of the stuff he told me was, my mouth hung open. It was possibly my best experience I ever had. And I remember talking to my grandparents about World War II, and talking to other family members, and so on. And I think if you miss that, your life is just, yeah, you've missed it, you know. I so wish that I had yeah, spend much more time with them, and so on, because I think you could not necessarily just learn from them, but listen to them, and so on. So well done on you for doing that. I think I don't think there's many people that can do what you guys do. Regarding, yeah. Wow. Yeah. 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 No, I agree with you. They generally are just fantastic people to be around. Yeah. Well, anyways, but yeah. No, I appreciate that. Um, yeah, it's very interesting. That much I can tell you. 103. Wow. He must have been very respectful to his parents. just amazing. Amazing. Yeah. I hope I never get to 103. I'm just saying. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Listen, it's 65 minutes into this stream. I'll see if I can join tomorrow. Let me know what you think, if you think about deciding to create a channel. If you do, you have my support. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm saying thank you for joining. It's been absolute joy, absolute honor having you guys on. Yeah, it's been a fantastic conversation, Aaron. Thank you very much. Cheers, mate. Have a good one.